This screencast is going to show you some of the basics of using Padlet. Padlet is an online poster board that students can write on. You can have them private. You can share them as a class. Students can do projects with them. You can create presentations with them. So it's a pretty versatile, easy to use program. It's a Google app, so you are able to log in with your Google. No need to memorize another username. Choose your account. And it's going to open up to your home page, which is your dashboard. It shows all the different Padlets that you've created before. I'm going to show you how to create a new Padlet and what the different features are. So what you have here is just a blank poster board, and you can, when you double click on there, add a title and add some text to go with it. And I'll show you a couple other things that we can do with it, but you can move it around. I'll show you some different layouts that you can use. Over here are all of your tools. The home page takes you back to that dashboard that we were just at. The plus sign creates a new Padlet. This shows your username. We'll talk about share and export here in a few minutes. And then you've got your info and your help. But the major toolbar here is this gear. When you click on it, it opens up to all these different tools. Portrait just shows what you, if you looked on that home page when we were at our dashboard, next to my name I could put my image, a picture of myself, or this just shows how I identify myself when I'm in Padlet. You can add a title. And as you type here, it pops up here in real time. And you can add a description. And it shows up in a little bit of a tinier text. So this is just some basic information about your Padlet that you're going to create. You can change the background under wallpaper. If you scroll through here, there's just a bunch that you could pick from. I'm going to use Notebook. You can select the layout that you want to use. Freeform, what I just used. You can move each of these around and play with them. I could add another one. What am I reading now? The Scorch Trials. And then I can manipulate and move them around. I've used this when I make, when I have students report about the book that they're reading. They'll create a plot diagram where they put the exposition down here, they put the climax here, and that's what they would make as their headings. Another layout that you could use is the streaming. And in streaming, it just sets them up one above the other, the most recent one at the top. We've used this for made up Twitter accounts. I don't do Twitter in my class, but if I wanted to have the kids post as if they were on Twitter, they can go on here on a shared document and the most recent one pops up at the top. And then you can do it as a grid, and each time you add a new one, it starts over here at the beginning. We've done this for the books that students are reading. We keep track of them throughout the school year. They can keep going back and adding to it. We share them with the class so that if other students are stuck on a book to read, they can go on here and there's the title of the book, a summary of the book, or something that they liked. And what makes Padlet unique is that you can add some different features. I could add a sound bite. I could take a video. I could just add a picture, a document. My favorite thing, though, is to add different links from websites. So I go over here. I like to have the kids add book covers to the books that they're reading so that kids can see what they look like. I just went into Google Images, found the book title that I want, or the book cover that I want, and I'm going to copy image URL, come back over to my Padlet, Control-V, paste it in there. When I click Submit, it shows the book. And if I like the way it looks, I can click OK, and it pops in right here for me. And I can keep doing that. Now, one of the things that I've noticed, some little quirky things, sometimes the file that I pick doesn't quite agree with Google, so sometimes you just have to play around with it. Try another one. Oops, that's not what I wanted to do. Whenever you've created a box, if you want to play around with it, you have to click the edit button, the pencil. And I'm going to add the link and submit it. And so here's an example of the book cover doesn't want to load, so I'm going to cancel out of there. And I would just go back and find select a different one until I found one that worked. Okay. Going back into our tools, so that's layout. So again, there's freeform where you can move them around, stream, and grid. Privacy protects it. If you don't want people to have access to it, it's just for you. You can password protect it. I usually keep mine as this hidden link so that I have to share the link on my website or in Google Classroom. If it's a classroom Padlet, I want the kids to be able to write on it. But if it's an example that I've made, I just want them to view it. So there's different tools here deciding on how you want to allow your students to access it. Notifications I've never really used. Address we'll talk about when we get to sharing, and then you could just make a copy of it if you want to save it. But that's just some of the basics that you can use with Padlet. Now, going to share. Those of us who are using Weebly, a lot of times we like to embed our documents on the page so that when students go to that web page or to our websites, they can see the document right away. Otherwise, you can just use the link. I just copy and paste it, and I'll put it into my Weebly website, and it'll just link when I click link. It'll link right to it. When the kids click that button, it takes it to this page, and then they can edit it. So, I'm going to have you go to my webpage, CMS 7th grade, Weebly.com. And if you go down to PD for Teachers, our reboot day, here's my Padlet. Today's wrap-up is linked to a Padlet that I made. And you can go in and tell me something that you think you'll use this for. And this would be a nice thing for students, or for us as a staff, to have access to. If you need some ideas, you can go back in here, share your work so that everybody can get some new ideas from it.